Hello everybody, welcome to our channel. Agashi here, where I do dramas, reviews, and movies, anything you guys suggest, and do my unboxing of whatever I have out there that I would like to share and show with you guys. Don't forget to hit subscribe and like. Now let's go ahead and jump into the video. Hello everybody, Agashi here. Today I'm doing a Korean drama on the drama called Queen of Tears. I was like, it's kind of one of those where I didn't know if I wanted to watch it or not. Honestly, it's like I didn't understand the synopsis. Honestly, I did not understand it. I was just kind of like, what? Like, what is this about? Like, I don't get it. And then I waited until it actually came out 6 episodes, and I watched it, and I got hooked. I got hooked the moment the first episode finished, and I was hooked, and then I got like soaked into it. And guess what? I got Ajashi into it too. So now Ajashi is like, I want to watch it too. I want to watch it too. Don't watch it without me. So it's kind of like a first. But the reason why like we're so into it is, honestly, in our opinion, I wanted to just share with you guys automatically before I jump into the review, is it's marriage and family from our intake of this drama. And honestly, it's just like what Ajashi just admitted to me. I'm sorry, I'm gonna say this, but he's like, it's very typical Asian family, and his family, just his big side of the family, can relate to this, you know. And I was like, and like the whole HYUN and Hae's marriage, it's very true, you know. Like, it's kind of like something where sometimes Ajashi and I, we kind of like revisit of, we were so madly in love with each other. Like, sometimes kind of like, what happened? You know, you get complications, arguments, and stuff like that. There's no such thing as always a happy couple, cheerful, happy couple. And you revisit some of the things, and you kind of patch up things, and it's kind of like you can really relate to it. So, yeah, it's like it's interesting, you know, and we like it, you know. It's really good, and we're really into it, so we're like sucked into it. So, kind of like right now, we're kind of like letting it sit so more episodes come out so that we can watch it. But it has a total of 16 episodes. We did get confirmation that one more episode is going to air, so who knows. I just saw some news, so who knows. But no promotion on Netflix. For Netflix, we saw on Netflix it's just listing 16 episodes, so we'll see where this special episode is coming from. We'll have to look for it, or we'll have to wait it'll come out. I don't know. But it's a weekend drama. It airs on Saturday and Sunday, so I'm gonna go over the cast, synopsis, and the first recap of the 6 episodes, and kind of just give you guys more of my thoughts, even though I kind of did already. But as for our cast, we have Kim So-hyun playing Baek Hyung-woo, Kim Ji-won playing Hong Hae-in, Park Sang-hoon playing Yoo Eun-sung, and then Kwak Dong-yoon playing Hong Soo-chul. Adrashi's like, who's this guy? And I was like, it's Tae Kyung's brother in Vincenzo. I was like, it's him. And I was like, he was also in It's Okay Not to Be Okay. The kind of like, he's a little bit crazy dude in there. And then Aji goes, oh yeah, that's right, you know. But yeah, and then we have Lee Joo-bin as Chun Da-hae, and then Kim Gap-soo as Hong Man-dae, which is the grandfather, Lee Mi-suk as Moon Sol-hee, which is grandfather's girlfriend, and then Chung Ji-young as Hong Pyeong-jung, which is the father, and then Na Young-hee is Kim Sung-hwa, which is the mother, Hae-in's mother. This is Hae-in's family right here. And then Kim Jong-na as Hong Pung-ja, which is the aunt. Chung Pei-soo as Pei-gu Kwang. This is Hong-woo's family. That's Hong-woo's dad. And then Hwang Young-hee as Chung Pong-ae, which is Hong-woo's dad. I mean, his mom. It's getting all the name confused. And then Kim Dong-hyun as Hyun-tae, Hyun-woo's older brother, Chung Yoo-jung as Baek Mi-sung, which is Hyun-woo's sister, Kim Ju-ro as Grace Cool, which is like everybody rich family secretary person, matchmaker lady, and then Yoon Po-mi for A-Pink, she's secretary Na, and then Moo Tae-yu as Kim Young-ki, which is Hyun-woo's friend, who is also a divorce attorney. There's tons of people, tons of people, family members, people who works at Queen's department store, family, so many people, but those are people we revolve around. So this is where the synopsis is confusing, and it's like I don't feel like it's related at all to the drama, but whatever. But this synopsis is Baek Hong-woo, who is the pride of the village of Yundori. He is the legal director of the of a big company, Queen's Group, and he's also married to the heiress, which is Hong Hae-yi, who is the queen or the head of Queen's Group's department stores, all of that. Queen of Tears tells us the stories of miracle, thrilling, and a love story of this married couple who managed to survive a crisis and still stay together against all the odds that comes towards it. So I'm like, okay. And so that's where I'm kind of like, what is this about? You know, it didn't make any sense to me. Even the trailer didn't make sense to me. But as we get into it, we're like, oh, so the trailer really throws you out as a synopsis. But recap on the first 6 episodes. The drama starts us off with Baek Hyung-woo and Hong Hae-yi getting filmed for a documentary for rich people, obviously, or famous people, and they kind of want to know about their marriage life and their personal life. So they talk about their marriage, how they met, and working together at Queen's Group, how they fell in love. We get some flashback of their love story, how it all started. She was an intern, but honestly, truthfully, she was an heiress to the Queen's Group. Hyung-woo didn't know that, and he continued to help her eventually fall in love with her, learning later that she's rich and she's the heiress to the Queen's Group, everything like that. Their marriage seemed very happy and all, but deep down they aren't, and their love started to disappear. 3 years, it's been 3 years since they've been married, and it's been like that love is not there anymore, you know. They sleep in separate rooms, they don't speak to each other, the only thing they share is in public, like they're like just, you know, they're happy in public, but technically they're not, you know, behind closed doors. So her family, which is the Queen's family, which is calling them that, Hae's parents are expecting a grandchild from them. If it's a girl, baby will take after the Hong family's last name and continue their legacy. If baby is a boy, baby takes over Paek's family last name family. As we can see in the Hong Queen's family right here, daughters are more valued than sons. Father Hong, I'm just gonna call him that. He cares and devoted everything to Hae and Hyung-woo versus his son Sochu and his wife, you know, versus that's like where Mother Hong, she cares more about her son versus Father Hong cares about his daughter instead. But Hyung-woo does, like, all of this doesn't sit well with him, of how like the family talks to him. They want a grandchild, but they want a girl. They're gonna give her the Hong family's last name instead of his, you know. So he's like upset, but Hae doesn't do anything. She doesn't say anything, and we can see that she does care, but she just stays quiet in front of her family. But afterwards, like how her brother like kind of like offended Hyung-woo, afterwards she beats up her brother saying like, you know, stop picking on my husband, stop doing what you're doing, you know, like you need to just stop it, you're childish, you don't know anything, like don't drag my husband to things with you, you know. And so she does things behind his back to protect him, but he doesn't know that, you know. And he has a friend, Kim Young-ki, who is a divorce attorney, and he wants to divorce Hae, but he fears that things will turn out bad for him. Like he's all like, okay, if I announce the divorce, I will basically be free, but it's like, if I don't, I'm a slave to the Hong family forever, you know. And his like when he told he told his friend about it, and he went back home and told his family about it. They live out like in the village countryside, and his family doesn't sit well because now they're living luxury is because he married Hae. But the truth is, she never visited the family since they got married. He doesn't come too, and it's his father's 60th birthday just passed. They never visit, you know. And so the family's like, it's okay, and they do everything to try to like pursue him not to divorce her, but like all of that. So in the meantime, Hae gets a notice from her doctor about that she has a cytoma, something like that, and it's a type of cancer brain tumor, and estimation is she has 3 months to live, and she started having symptoms already, but she doesn't notice it. For example, she's in meetings, but then she starts to get hallucination, and next thing you know, it's been 2 to 3 hours already, and she's just sitting around. She never moved, she never went anywhere, you know. So to her, she didn't move, but like like during the meeting, like she's still stuck in the meeting listening, taking her notes, but like the meeting already ended. She didn't even know it ended, and the next thing she snaps out of it, she's like, I've been sitting here and it's been like 3 or 4 hours already passed, like what the hell, I have to go, things to go do, you know. So that's that right here to her. So like it's been happening a lot, and then she doesn't know about it, and she's starting to notice it now, and there's no cure for it because it's a rare cancer that she has, or tumor in her brain. So now she breaks the news to Hyun about it when he was about to give her the divorce paper. She wants him to keep it a secret from the family so that, and help her find a way to cure herself. So to him, he decided to not give her the divorce papers, and he's going to be free in 3 months if she doesn't find a cure. So he is super happy that his wife is going to die soon and he doesn't have to divorce her and he could just leave, you know. Eventually, he learns that she wrote her will before she married him, so if she dies, he doesn't inherit anything, he doesn't get anything. So he starts to butter her up so that if she dies, he at least gets something. So now in the meantime, he starts to search for like more research, and he confirms the doctors and all these things like that, like, are you for sure that she's gonna pass away in 3 months? But then the doctors are like, we don't know because there's no cure for it. But like tons of people who has this rare tumor before have survived, or like have a weird tumor cancer, they survive and they live for 30 years more. So he starts to contemplate that if she does live, he has to present the divorce paper for her to be free. But he's still going to be in a tough situation. Like it's just not going to work, you know. And if she doesn't survive, if she passes, sure, he goes, but he doesn't get anything. But if she's also, another thing is, if she survives and he never divorces her, he's stuck with her forever the next 30-50 years that she's gonna live. So that's that, you know. So he tries everything around to kind of like show her that he cares for her, he loves her, and then she starts taking it the wrong way, that he really truly does love her and care for her. It's still there, you know. Like she sees him researching about the tumor of people's miracle, and like that they, even though they were told they got 3 months left to live, they still live for 30 years. And so she gets excited, she buys it that he wants to cure her. So it starts us off like that. And then like tons of things happens in between for the Hong family. Pumja, who is the aunt, she went to jail for assaulting grandfather Hong's girlfriend, and then she believes that her mother died because the girlfriend, and everybody just doesn't believe that. Everybody's like, it's just a natural heart disease, heart attack, and the mom died. But she, Pooja believes that it has to do with grandfather, her dad's girlfriend, who caused her mom to have a heart attack, and her mom passed away, and now she's just like living with the family. She doesn't want to marry the grandpa, but she's like, she doesn't want no wealth, she doesn't want anything. She's like, I'm just here, I just want to love you. And like Pooja said, Dad, those are the scariest women ever. So true. But anyways, she gets out of jail, and she just kind of like tries to fix things between her older brother and her dad. You know, basically things happened to her older brother. He was going to turn in the grandfather, and then he didn't, and then he got kicked out of the family. He doesn't get anything, so he like lives away, far away. But like he wants to just have a talk with his dad and just like get it off his shoulder. But the dad's like, there's no more way we could patch things up with each other. You and I were done. We cut ties forever. You're no longer my son. You know, that's that. But we also get introduced to HYUN's brother, which is Suchul, who honestly, he's dumb, and his wife and child is kind of like kept in the dark from the media. But honestly, his wife, she doesn't care. She just keeps living the good image with him, but like deep down, like she's so tired of his stupidness, and like she just like, I'm so sick and tired of you. I'm just living here like this because you're stupid. You gave me everything. I got all the money, the fame, and everything. Even though I'm kept in the dark, I get to live luxury and rich. You know, that's right. But obviously, Mother Hong, she really cares about her son, and she wants the best for him. So she filed like a lawsuit against HYUN for, you know, all these. It's just like going back and forth between families, and it's like, why are you doing that? HYUN is like upset, and then she kind of goes through one of her breakdown, and then for the first time, Hyun cuts in, stops his mother-in-law, and saves HYUN, and everybody's like, what the hell, you know? And then more and more he starts to do that, and he starts to save her, and she starts to see it that he really truly loves and cares for her, and she's appreciating everything he does. And Father Hong is super happy and loving Hyun, that he's like the perfect son-in-law to me and the perfect husband to my daughter. And like, but honestly, like before all this too, Hyun is very afraid of divorcing Hae, that his father-in-law is gonna come after him. They're gonna kill him or they're gonna do something with him. So he's just like steer clear of what his father-in-law's like action and everything, and kind of agree and go with this so he doesn't get like backstabbed or killed and or assassinated and stuff, all of that. But at the same time, we get introduced to Yoon Sung, who's already in the picture. He's an orphan, adopted to a rich family, and now he wants to start a business with Hae. And basically, him and Hae have a past together where they studied abroad together. According to Grace Cole, who is the rich tribal matchmaker secretary to these rich people, she tried to matchmake them together, but Hae never chose to be with Eun-sung, and she chose Hyun over everything, you know. So Eun-sung is back, and he's determined to win Hae, because he suspects that Hyun is doing something, and basically like you're just faking it for money, or you know, you're faking it for money, and basically you get everything, you're gonna divorce her, or two, you are stupidly in love with her even though you're poor, like you're stupid, you know. But at the family hunting game season, Eun-sung gets invited. Everybody is having fun, you know, and they're making fun of Hyun-woo. And then he just like, he doesn't show off. He doesn't care. He's actually really, really good. He just doesn't showcase his skills to the family. He's just kind of like, be quiet, you know. And this is where everybody gets so suspicious and sus. The biggest twist where you don't know who to trust anymore. Grandfather Hong doesn't go hunting because his girlfriend said, a shaman said something bad's gonna happen to him. He gives up his hunting course to Hae. Hae goes through an episode of his hallucination, almost gets attacked by a boar. Hyun jumps in, doesn't hesitate, jumps in, shoots the boar, saves her. Father Hong's like, oh, my lovely son-in-law willing to risk his life for my daughter. He loves his son-in-law now. Hae truly now buys it that Hyun will die for her, will protect her, and love her regardless. Hyun was just like, I'm just reacting, but honestly, deep down, he loves her. They've just forgotten about their love and their marriage, and they don't know why, what happened that caused all of this. So it started to trigger their spark of love again. Eun-sung is obviously jealous. He later tells Hae that, you know, Hyun was hesitating to save you, and you know, I was watching him when you were about to get attacked, and he was hesitating to save you. She was like, you were watching him while he was watching me? You obviously don't care about me, and he does. So he's like, oh shit, like backfire on him. And you know, all these hunting things and stuff like that, where they kind of like bring back their memories of how they used to date. She visited his hometown, you know, and they, like I said, they kind of like, where did all of this happen? You know, what's going on, you know? So with them contemplating all that, Hyunwoo's father, he's trying to run for the head village again, and he's falling because the village says that he has such a rich daughter-in-law, but she never comes to visit. So the Nuna texts her, and she came to visit, and she brings up everything to win her father-in-law's campaign. And then in the meantime, Hyunwoo receives a call from his mom like, hey, your wife surprise visit us, you know. And he's like, what the hell? So he goes, and she, when he arrives, she goes missing. She has one of her episodes, hallucination episode, and she was outside, and she ended up disappearing. So the whole family is going out there looking for her, and when she finally regains conscious, she doesn't know where she is. Hyunwoo eventually finds her, and he yells at her, and they get into an argument, and she finally admits to him that she's very scared, and she doesn't know what to do. She doesn't know what's gonna happen to her. And he hugs her, and he's just like, you know, like, please, you know, let me help you. Don't do this alone, you know. And then they come back, and it kind of sparks their love again right there, where they like, you know, we gotta work together. We love each other. We gotta just let go of the past and work things out together. And Hae starts to see how much her mother-in-law loves her. Her mother-in-law calls her my baby, feeds her good food, takes care of her health, and be like, you know, be careful, you know, don't let anything happen to you. And she's just kind of like, it's so different from how her mother treats her, you know. But They get home and the beans just spill. Sort of the beans spills that something about divorce came up. So Hyun thinks that Hyun is trying to divorce her. Eun-sung gets in the way, and he's constantly like. Then he ended up moving into the home resident, living in the guest house. That was his twist the whole time, was he's trying to kick Hyun out, and so he gives a painting to Grandpa Hong, and it's actually a spy camera. And eventually, Song Chu's wife starts working with him, and then they plant fake evidence in Hyun Hang's house to get rid of Hyun. But before all of this, Hang's condition is getting worse, so she heads to Germany by herself to get diagnosed and start treatment. She learns that she's the first case, and it's gonna be hard to treat her. Basically, she's gonna to be the first test subject for this. Her aunt Poomja does find out, and Poomja's like, just take care of yourself. I'm here for you. I love you. If anything, there's your husband and I to keep. So they keep it quiet. Poomja tells Hyun that like, hurry up to Germany. Like, your wife's over there. So he finds her in Germany. Tells her that they're married. Like, she's like suffering in Germany. He finds her and he's like, why did you come here without me? We're married. You shouldn't do all this by yourself. And she's like, he's like, when you proposed to me, you promised me that you were not gonna let me cry, you were gonna protect me, and yet here I am crying and hurt. We're married, we have to do all this together. And she tells him like, she finally admits it, I don't want you to stop loving and care for me. So they finally make up, and we get flashback of how it all started, their arguments. They were pregnant, they had a miscarriage, and they had a miscarriage, and they got all excited before the miscarriage, building baby's room, all of that. After the miscarriage, it started to drift them away. Hyun just kind of like moving along quickly, but she's so hurt inside that she still used baby's due date, which is 10/31, as her phone password. Hyun sleeps. Because of that, Hyun moves to sleep in baby's room. That's why they sleep in a separate room, and he leaves that one glowing star in the ceiling for baby. So because of that, they drifted apart. They patched things up together, and Eun-sung uses the card to kick out Hyun. So he started leading the family to seeing the divorce papers. Their happy moment starts to crash in towards the end of episode 6, and so on, and we start to really get all these drama into 7, 8, and so on. But I mean, from the looks of it, that's that. But from the looks of it, it looks like Hyun wasn't going to divorce Hanging anymore, because as he keeps fighting and all this stuff like that, he noticed that like something was up, and Eun-sung has something up his sleeve. So Hyun was like, I'm gotta do something too, and so it's like a lot's going on, and we obviously know right now it's the grandpa's girlfriend, and the sister-in-law and Eun-sung that is against Hyun, but they're all trying to tear down the whole family, and you're kind of just like, they're so blind, they don't notice that. And Hyun was the only one, and he's like a lawyer to them, so he sees everything, and he's like the only one to notice what's going on. He pays attention to everybody, so he's kind of like, honestly, in my opinion, in our opinion, he's the key to saving their family. So like, a lot of things happen. I didn't fill you guys in there, but we get like epilogue flashback at the end of every episode. We see how Hyun and Hae fell in love. We also see how Hae's mom hated her. Both her and her brother, her older brother, they fell in the water. Her older brother saved her and died. Mom forever hates Hae and blames Hae for the older brother's death, and obviously for everything she's always doing to the younger one. I think that's where like his hallucination, everything started. She constantly gets to see this little boy run around her, and it's her older brother as a kid, and in my opinion, she can be care if like she lets go of this past. It's like all these hallucinations she gets is her brother and her family haunting her, hurting her, and she needs to let it go to clear her mind, that like kind of just let things go, and she's blaming herself too, so she's just stressing herself, and she's just closed up, locked in this room. Hence the reason why like when his hallucination happens, she blanks out because she's locked up in this dark room and she's not seeing it, and then when she finally snaps out of it, she doesn't know where the hell she's at, so I think they're not gonna make her die, honestly, in my opinion. No, we're in 2024. No, we don't have those deaths melodramatic anymore, so I have a feeling she's just gonna let things go. And like the reason they say she has like a cloud cancer is because it's spreading. if she lets it go, it's gonna minimize to where it's originally at, and they could just get it out, you know. So that's my guess. Ajushi and I are guess about it, but yeah, that's that. But like we said, you know, you could really relate to it. Married couple, relationship couple, kind of like if you like the whole relationship they have, you know, and the family stuff is very typical Asian family things. You kind of notice it, you kind of see it. It runs in family and Asian family. We all have that, you know. But so far, it's a really good drama. We really like it. It's just so many things is rising right now. So we're kind of like, okay, let's sit back, let a couple episodes in, and then we can kind of like binge watch it, because that's basically what we're doing. And we just like binge watch so many shows that like we're kind of like trying to like catch up to all these new dramas and all these new movies and everything comes out. So we finally got a chance to watch this, and we really enjoy. We're really sucked into it. And the thing is that I got Ajushi so sucked into it. Ajushi just like, don't watch it without me, you know. So that's that, like for a K-drama, you know. But yeah, it's talking so much about it. Check out Queens of Tears if you guys have not. We do highly recommend it, and we hope for a great ending, a good story, because you know what, it's Kim Soo-hyun. He's a great actor. He gets you all emotion and everything. And like I said, this dude can get me to cry. I cry on a lot of things, but this dude can just on the spot get you to cry and suck into his emotions. So really good. High, like thumbs up and everything to him. But yeah, that's it for the recap review for Queens of Tears. And yeah, that's it for today. And I will see you guys next time.